Guess who's back?
Alright, so I'm about to go bend the corner in this to see if I can get this battery to charge up. Because it's been acting trippy. And I hate changing the battery in these because all my settings on my radio is already set. And I don't feel like redoing them. So if I do, I got a little kit that helps save the memory. I'm going to run past y'all. So hopefully it'll help y'all out too. But I'm about to go drive it and see what it does right now. Let's go. Alright, so y'all know that I always got y'all's back. I bought some of this tire shine stuff right here, right? And basically, no matter rain or whatever, the tires is always supposed to stay wet looking and there's no smudge and crap all down the side of your car. So I ran these on all 4 tires and now they've dried up brown after the winter has passed and it's been sitting in the garage. And let me show y'all exactly what it looks like. I been scraping it off with this guy. Trying to get it back to normal. But all of that is all of this crap filled up. So, if you're wondering, don't go buy this crap, okay? This is just trash. Trying to figure out how I'm going to get this to work. Again, you know, I know YouTube is all over the place. I'm trying to figure out where my lane is and what it is that I'm trying to do. I don't have what it is I'm trying to do. I'm kind of just going with it till something hits and then I know I got it. But I know that there's something with what I'm doing, but I don't know what it is yet. So last night, something that I always wake up to, or in the middle of the night, or just have crazy thoughts, is that sometimes I'm like, hey, you know, like thoughts come to my head and I'm like, let me try that and see how that goes, because I have the vision in my head, but I don't know how to put it out, if that makes sense. So earlier today, I had a vision where I was like, okay, what I'm doing wrong is people don't know what to expect every episode. I get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting each car in its own category and let the people decide what they want to see. So in this case, it's going to be about the Bentley, right? I know a lot of y'all is probably like, okay, well, I don't know anything about it. Some of y'all already do know something about it. Like I said in another video prior to this, I have to give you certain things within a certain level, because there's really levels to this. I never want to come off as I'm trying to brag or trying to stunt or trying to shit on the next man. If you've seen from my previous videos and how I began and whatnot, I've started at the very bottom, the very, very, very bottom. Like my first car had no motor and transmission, my 66 Bug. I talk about it all the time. But I ran home every day after school to go see that Bug. I just wanted to sit in the driver's seat and I envisioned myself beating down the street, man, bumping Dr. Dre, Let Me Ride. That was a song that was out when I was driving that Bug. I'm never the type of person to try to be like, oh, when we put it in your face, I'm better than you. It is never like that with me. For those of you who really, 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 really know me and really mess with me. Some of the stuff that I haven't shown y'all that I will show y'all, stuff that I've already had. And you just never knew, because again, I'm not trying to put it in y'all's face. But we're here now, and I feel like there's something here with what I do that needs to be shared. It's so weird. I don't know, again, what it is that I'm doing, but I keep doing it and I keep going at it, and it's like I have to keep doing it until I figure it out. And that's where I am right now. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull out my Bentley. Battery, I'm trying to see if it's dead. Again, this is me being humble, you know what I mean? Yeah, I have one, but my battery goes dead too, you know, from sitting. It needs maintenance. This is stuff that I'm going to show y'all that can really happen. Like in this case, I tried to show you on a video the other day. I put the tire shine on there thinking that it was going to always stay shiny and glittery, and not glittery. I said glittery. This is all a freestyle, y'all. And it ended up being brown. Trash. So let me see if it fires up right now with the battery. Clean the stuff off the tires, and man, hopefully start pulling this out, man, so that people can see it instead of just keeping it stored away. Because for those of you who know me, man, I have this thing with me where I don't want people to know. I don't want to put it in people's face. I've had stuff for pretty much all my life, and people be like, bro, only if you knew, you driving around in a $500 bucket, but you have this at home. I don't know what it is about me. Again, trying to be transparent and trying to be real with y'all. You can ask anybody who really knows me. I've always had stuff, but I never tell anybody. It's so weird. So that's why I'm like, maybe it's time to start telling somebody and showing something. I don't know what can come out of this, you know? So let me open this garage and start showing y'all. So y'all know, some of you do and some of you don't. Sorry about my garage. It is a hot mess. This is the reality of it. This is Spice's treadmill. But here's my Bentley. Purchased this car like a month after my ex-wife left me. Yeah, stuff that y'all have no idea of. I'm gonna just start telling y'all. Peak of my career as far as Cali broker. This is about 2021 when I purchased this. She left at the end of 2020 when COVID was just first hitting. Also around the time that I wanted to start taking off and I wanted to start traveling and doing what's in your garage and so forth. I ended up not continuing what's in your garage because that whole lane kind of just ended. And then at that time, I was always messing with lowrider guys. I was always doing lowrider stuff, you know, always showing love, always, you know, making sure people got their shine, saying their Instagram names properly, make sure people is included. And then it's like when shit started hitting the fan for me, or I wasn't coming around or whatever, there was just like nobody to check in. There was just nobody. It's like all that time and gas and all that shit that I used up, especially around the time when I wasn't really doing too well. There was a point where, man, I would pull up on fumes, you know what I mean, and smell on y'all's face, and y'all just had no idea. But yeah, I got this car, man, in 2021, the very beginning, kind of as a gift to myself. You know, things are starting to look good for me, financially wise, relationship wise, family wise, in the fucking gutter. You know what I mean? People was like, oh, okay, well, all you do all day is, you know, you just upload ads. But it's really the most stressful thing that I think I've been through all my life. It's got me through doors that I never thought that I would get in before. But in reality, it was really a crazy struggle for me. And I think that's how come now I feel like I need to like show somebody something, because as I tell my friend Julian all the time, I can't see myself, if that makes sense. I do stuff and I'm like, okay, that's a goal that I accomplished. Okay, well, that's something that I did. Okay, that's cool. But it's when my friends tell me back what it is the play that I did or something that I did, and I'm like, okay, maybe I did do something. I'll just show y'all the real, and I'll let y'all read in between the lines, because there's stuff they tell me all the time. It's like, bro, you do stuff that these rappers do, and you're just kicking it. Like, you don't brag about it. And I don't see that. I don't know. I reach goals quietly, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool, on to the next. But then I have stuff like this that sits around and nobody gets the chance to see, because I just quietly want to just win on the low. And I'm trying to get out of that, because again, I keep having these envisions. Something is getting ready to come out of this, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just turning on the camera. One day I had a vision, turn on the camera, point it towards you and start talking. And that's where I am right now. Sorry to bore y'all, but this is needed to be said, because there's true followers and true people who's watching this, who's going to appreciate what I just said, for real. So this is the Bentley. I don't have a lot of footage from when I first got it, like how I'm doing it now. I'm telling about it. What I did. I'm gonna try to slide in some stuff, but this is the Bent Dog. This is my pride and joy. My first big purchase, I guess I can say. It sits every now and then, you know, I take it around the corner, and that's it. You know, I've spent thousands on wheels and tires and body kits and tune-ups and window fixes. Literally, this when I first got this car, took it to a shop and they cracked their front windshield. But I was so humble, and this is gonna sound funny to you or it's not, that I just didn't say anything. I just took care of it. And for those of you who mess with these kind of cars, this is how come people stay away from these cars. This front window was like $20,000, $15,000 or something crazy. And I was like, wow, you know, this is how come people stay away from these kind of cars. You know what I mean? So battery died on it from sitting here. I'm gonna fire it up. It should fire right up because I actually have a charger on it. It says it's still charging, so let me fire it up right now, see what it does. Let me move this stuff because y'all remember my other video, the Swinger. Knocked a dent in there, which is gone, by the way. I don't even know if I've even told y'all. But yeah, you can't even see it anymore. Shout out to my dent guy. I know it's gonna fire up, but now I don't know if the battery's gonna be dead, so let's see. Hold on, yeah. Ooh-wee. That's with the charger on it. Oh, let's turn it off. One thing about these cars, they're real touchy. Sorry if y'all can't hear me. Hold on. Yeah, these cars they're real touchy. Beautiful cars. Man, the bells and whistles in these things is awesome. Again, keeping it real, Bentleys, for some reason, the headliners start to fall. So that's something that y'all want to see me fix, where I went, how much I had to spend for it. Again, letting y'all know everything. When you start getting, you know, the used Bentleys, this isn't brand new, fresh off the lot, but it is still, you know, a big dog. These headliners fall. I remember when I was in the market starting to look for them, just sitting out in the sun, they start to come down. This one wasn't that bad. So when I first got this car, let me turn this air down. When I first got this car, I went to lower it, and for those of you who mess with these, you got to put lowering links on them. So when I put the lowering links on there, for some reason the front struts, I guess, due to it being compressed and being low, they would leak. The air or something wouldn't hold up, so they were no good. Took it to a shop to have the splitter carbon fiber kit put on there. They installed it, then called me and said, hey, there's a crack in your windshield and your front end is slammed. Like, we can't get it to raise up. We called out a technician. They did something, they took them out, they reprogrammed your computer. Like, it was all kinds of craziness. Like, keep in mind, this is when I first got the car. I hadn't even had it in the garage maybe a week. I took it straight to have it lowered and have all the stuff put on there. And for like the first year of me owning this car, I never really drove it. It wasn't even in my own garage. It was just from shop to shop. So finally, after the shop that did that, I think they messed up my struts because I think I had put some refurbished ones on there, keeping it real. But they were brand new, out the box refurbished. And took it to them. A crack showed up in my windshield. It had a circle dime chunk taken that was hitting the window, where it had hit the window. I called one of those people out to have them fix the crack. They fixed it. The front glass was perfect. Took it over there and it cracked again. A homie of mine, he had went into ownership with them, and he said they were doing all kinds of shady stuff. Even though they have all these Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff up in the front, they were really like some Ponzi people, where like they were taking people's money and wasn't doing the real job. So that might be a reason why I was like, I'm not going to say anything, because I'm not going to get my money, and I don't want to go there with them, because that's not in me anymore to pop off on somebody like that. It's not worth it. It's just not. So went from there, and I took it to the actual Bentley dealership, because I was so frustrated in having this car that I was so pressed to get one day, you know, because all the rappers was like, hey, you know, you got to get a Bentley. Jeezy was like, you know, dreamed of a Bentley last night, you know what I mean? So I was like, hey, you know, what does that feel like? That was a dream that I wanted to accomplish. Slim Thug was like, hey, I pulled the Bentley out the lot, felt how it feel. Like, this is stuff that I really wanted to accomplish, because the stuff that I've seen, stuff that I've heard, I really want to feel what that feels like, keeping it real. So took it to the Bentley dealership. They fixed it, cost an arm and a leg. Insurance wouldn't cover it. I had to come out of pocket for that. That's where I might be backwards at. I can't remember exactly how much the front window cost. I want to say it's 15 to 20,000, but insurance did cover that. Front struts for this bad boy cost, and it's a little while back, and if I'm wrong, I'll type it in there, but I believe the front struts cost 17,000, 20,000 for 2 front struts and parts and labor. So for any of y'all who've ever was like, bro, I'm about to get a Bentley, not scaring you away, but this is the stuff that can really happen, not including, you know, oil change and stuff I got to go through for that. But yeah, it was pretty costly straight out the gate. So because I remember saying I got a Honda Accord and front struts, you know what I mean, like woo. So yeah, maybe this is something that I need to get off my chest. It's like, yeah, like I'm holding this in and nobody gets to know about it. It's like, dude, like I be trying to take care of business and stuff keeps happening. But on this, the battery, as you heard, wasn't really the strongest. I had the charger on there. I'm gonna take the charger off, get this goop off the tires, and maybe let the charger stay off tonight to see what it does. Because I don't want to replace the battery. I hate replacing batteries in cars like this, because then your windows and stuff starts acting funny. So let me pull it out for y'all real quick. Okay, so I can tell that the battery is no good, because as it's running, the lights on the dash are starting to come on again. And you heard the cranking amps when I went to go try to start it. It's not the best. So I'm going to keep my trunk open while I'm cleaning the tires until I get another battery, because if the trunk is closed on these and the battery goes dead, you have to go through the hood and you got to pull out all kinds of panels and stick a little charger all up behind the dash. It's the trippiest, scariest thing ever. So yeah, I'll pass on that. So I'm going to open up my trunk and keep that open. That way I can charge the battery and start it if I need to. Let's see. Oh shit. I was trying to pop the trunk. Woo, that was scary. Yeah, I thought the battery had completely died because I needed this trunk open. So I'm going to open the trunk. It's the real pop trunk right here. That's the carbon fiber splitter I had put on there. And then I had the stance lower down. Those are 22s, 22, I think 10s or 9.5s in the front, 22 12.5s in the rear that I had put on here. 3-piece AGs. I had them machined and like a smoked clear put over them. Step lips. So it's a 22-inch wheel, 20-inch face with the overhang, so it makes it look like it's bigger, but really the face is only a 20. The wheel itself is a 22. Something that I learned a long time ago. That's boss stuff when it comes to wheels. You know what I mean? 3-piece, step lips, etc., etc. I started to clean this tire off, so this one's a little bit better, but as you can see, this one's not that good. I got a lot of that one cleaned off. Yeah, that stuff they sold me on to try to keep the tires always looking glossy is just gunked up. So I've been scrubbing it off. I might have to use some paint thinner or something, man, and get up in there. Look at all that crap. These are brand new tires. Everything is brand new. These wheels probably have 20 miles on them. No lie. Alright, so I was sitting here scraping it off with this. It was causing a mess. Just risking scratching at the paint because of this. So I turned to acetone, possibly paint thinner, and you can literally just wipe it off. So that's going to help me out. It's going to be much faster, because my last option was to just have the tires completely switched to the other side and have the bad side on the inside, but this is actually working perfect. Plus with the acetone, I can actually go slow. Well, not slow, but concentrate exactly where I want, and it just comes right off.
Ugh.
Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that footage. Hold on. Oh, you stopped working?
Well, I'm almost done now. I'm just bumping that drizzy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being in my own zone. And my flip flops. I told him I put in work in my flip flops.
Yeah, I got mine on too.
I was telling him about to start selling t-shirts. You ain't putting in work unless you in flip flops, you know what I'm saying?
I bet you it'll sell. People buy anything nowadays.
Yeah, we'll see.
You see they buying panties. Already worn panties.
Oh yeah.
People will buy anything.
I need some more caliber draws.
Ooh, shut up.
Fresh after wiping off the tires on a Bentley.
The one with the brown in the middle.
Boxers. Yeah, yo, those are gonna go. Those are one of one. So those are gonna go for more.
Stupid.
Those are gonna go for more. Those are gonna be rare. You know what I mean?
Hey, cause those are the shit, huh?
All right, so I got all the gunk wiped off, and turn my phone off. Okay, so start that over. Let's do it. All right, so I got all the gunk wiped off of the tires, all four. That was a little mission, but it was much faster with the acetone. So now I'm gonna clean off the wheel. Let me tell you something. These wheels might look sick. They're doing all this, but these wheels are a pain to clean. I heard somebody out there was like, "Bro, how do you clean that wheel?" It's pretty hard. So I just spray mist it off.
Are you going?
Just about to back it in. About to back it in. You heard?
I said it every time I see some nice tires.